dear grade 4 students, how are you all doing today? Students, let us have a quick recap of what we did in our last videos. Students, we came to know that A Disastrous Dinner is written by Louisa Alcott and is an extract taken from The Little Women, right? We read the story on page number 37. Until there we came to know that the four sisters, they were late in getting up on a Saturday morning. And what happened? Yes, they saw that there was no breakfast served and the mother was not around. When they finally came to know that mother is not going to come to the kitchen today and they have to cook and take care of the house for the entire day, they said that it is very easy for them and they will manage it very easily. So, the breakfast was cooked by whom? Yes, the eldest sister, Meg. But the omelette was scorched, the biscuits were burnt, and the tea was very bitter. Still, mother appreciated their hard work. Now, Jo, she said that I am going to cook the dinner. Nobody has to worry. So let us read further and find out what Jo is going to prepare in the kitchen. Before that, students, there are some words which I have written on the board. I want you to know the meaning of these words in advance. First word is curious. What do you mean by the word curious, students? It means eager to know something. Next word is lumpy. Lumpy means full of lumps. Something which is not smooth is lumpy. Choked. When you cannot breathe, that is choked. Groan. Groan means a voice or a sound which is made because of sad and deep pain. Okay, students? There are also few words which are listed.
Asparagus, a bright green vegetable that is tender and sweet. Next is dessert. Dessert is a sweet dish eaten at the end of a meal. Here I have shown example of strawberry jelly. Next word is giggled. Students, giggled means to laugh lightly and repeatedly over a funny thing. Hastily means quickly. Distressed means to be sad or upset over something which has happened to you. It also means to be stressed or tired. Next word is pursed her lips. Means to make a shape of lips round tightly to show disapproval on something. Burst into tears means to start crying. Turned red means to become embarrassed. Funny side means the comic side of something which is otherwise unpleasant.
Students, now take out your Oxford Ink text and we will start reading on page number 38. In a while, Jo returned home again after buying a very young lobster. Students, look at the picture on page number 38. Can you spot a lobster here? Correct. It is over here. Some very old asparagus. Asparagus, as I told you and I showed you in the video. Your search and know for today is you will find out the benefits of asparagus. Let us read further. And 2 boxes of very sour strawberries. Students, do you like strawberries? They are my favorite. By that time, the stove was red hot.
Students, here comes an oral activity for you. I have named it Search and Know. You have to find out the benefits of asparagus and the method of preparing yummy and delicious jelly. Let us continue reading now. The girls felt even more helpless when they saw their mother go out. To make matters worse, Miss Crocker appeared and said she had come to dinner. She was thin, with a sharp nose and curious eyes. She saw everything and gossiped about all she saw. Soon Jo discovered it was not easy to be a cook. She boiled asparagus for an hour, making them perfectly inedible. Students, you know the meaning of inedible, right? Please tell me the opposite of inedible. Right, it's edible. The bread burned black. The lobster was overcooked to a bright red color. The potatoes were left somewhat raw in a hurry. And the jelly turned out lumpy. Students, what is the opposite of lumpy? Smooth. That means the jelly was not smooth. It was lumpy. And strawberries were sour because of being unripe. Students, now come to the next page. Page number 39. It's so disappointing to have spent your whole morning for nothing, thought Jo as she called everybody for dinner. She stood hot, tired, and disheartened, looking at the feast spread before her. She was certain Miss Crocker's sharp tongue would report it far and wide. Poor Jo, she was embarrassed because all her dishes were tasted and left uneaten. Students, imagine if you were in the place of Jo. How would you feel? Amy giggled, Meg looked distressed, and Miss Crocker pursed her lips. Laurie, the neighbor's boy, talked and laughed to make the scene look cheerful. Here we have a new character entry, students, Laurie. Jo was sure that her dessert was good, for she sugared it well and had a jug rich cream to eat with it. Students, do you like eating dessert? Well, I love eating dessert. So let us read further now. First, everyone looked kindly at the little rosy islands of strawberries floating in the sea of cream. Students, just for fun, would you like to name this dish? Rosy islands of strawberries floating in the sea of cream. Just think and tell me, okay? Miss Crocker tasted it first, made an unpleasant face, and drank some water hastily. Amy, who was fond of sweet dish, took a spoonful, put it all in her mouth at once, choked, hid her face in the napkin, and left the table hastily. Oh, what is it? Exclaimed Jo, trembling. Salt instead of sugar. And the cream is sour, replied Meg sadly. Students, imagine that you have your favorite sweet in front of you. For example, you like eating jalebi a lot. You pick it up in your hand and you take a very big bite. But soon you realize that instead of sweet, it is full of salt. How would you react? Imagine the taste. Funny, right? Students, turn the page now and come on page number 40. Jo uttered a groan and fell back in her chair. She remembered that she had put the powder hastily over the berries and had not cared to put the milk in the refrigerator. She turned red and was about to burst in tears when she saw Laurie smiling. The funny side of the situation suddenly struck her, and she laughed till tears rolled down her cheeks. So did everyone else. The unfortunate dinner ended happily with bread and butter and fun. So students, now you know why is this lesson called a disastrous dinner. Let us continue. Then Mrs. March came along. Who is Mrs. March? Yes, of course. She is the mother of these sisters. Are you satisfied with your experiments, girls? Or do you want another week of it? She asked. I don't, cried Joe decidedly. Nor I, echoed the others. So students, here is the end of the reading part of our Disastrous dinner. I hope you loved reading this interesting text.
So students, it's time for an oral activity now. As I have written on the board, you have to find out the words with prefix dis and un. You have to find out from this lesson itself. This is an oral activity, remember it. I hope you will be able to solve it.
The notebook work of this lesson will be shared in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself, students. Bye-bye.